Hey Tasters, it's Tim and Kathy with Taste Life with us, and we're here to talk about the fact that you might be a nomad if these are the things that cross your mind.
Right. So we travel full time, and we've noticed these things about ourselves and about many other full-time travelers that we know.
Okay.
And so we thought we'd share them with you so that you know if you might enjoy full-time travel.
Right.
Not to say, this is a little tongue-in-cheek, guys. If you don't fit all these, it doesn't mean you can't travel full-time. Or if you fit all of them, it doesn't mean you have to.
Either
Just
way.
something to think about.
Yeah, either way, just leave it in the comments.
You do you.
Okay, number one is you may be a full-time traveler if when you think about home and your bed and you crave it, but you realize that bed's actually at a Hyatt or a Princess.
Or
Just
if
saying.
you're on vacation and everybody says, I just want to get home to my own bed, and you think, now I just don't want to go home. You might be a full-time traveler.
You just might. The other thing I think is if you might be a full-time traveler if you really think that you want to try new places all the time.
Yeah, like a lot of people go back to the same place every single year for their vacations. A lot of us are like, time's short, the world's big, try a new place.
Yeah, going back to the same place may be great for you, but you're not a full-time traveler. You're a vacationer.
Now, also, if you kind of fantasize about moving all the time,
Yeah.
we were always thinking, maybe we should move to this state.
Maybe we should move to the beach.
Yeah, or the
mountains?
other side of town at least, right?
Let's move to the wine country.
If you just want change.
You are definitely a full-time traveler because that's all we do is change every 6 weeks.
Change.
Okay, next. Do you care about your stuff? Do you really see great value in it? Do you have boxes in your garage that you have not opened since the last 3 moves ago and you're not sure what's in them?
That means you don't care that much about stuff. If your stuff is in display cases all over your house and it's lit perfectly,
Dusted every week?
yeah, you might not be a full-time traveler. You're going to have trouble getting rid of that stuff.
But if you do not hold on to your stuff and you don't see there's sentimental value but not huge value to you, then yeah, you might be a full-time traveler and you may want to just take pictures of it because you'll look at those pictures as often as you look at the stuff in the box.
Now, if you really hate yard work and home maintenance, you might prefer life on the road with neither of those.
Yeah, that's if you really think you might want to do it, if you've been on the road for a while, do a house sit, you're likely to do a little bit, and that'll remind you why you don't like doing it.
Exactly.
I think the other thing that really is important, as we're kind of joking about some of this though, is the reality of responsibility anchors. I mean, if you have elderly parents that you're still taking care of, or you have grandchildren that you're taking care of, or you have relatives that just need you to take care of them, traveling may not work for you.
May not be your moment, maybe a little later. Now, if you just have kids, you're going to have to take them, really, because to just stick all your little kids in boarding school for the rest of their life, really not very nice. You should wait.
It's also not cost effective.
Exactly.
But if you have enough money to do it, consider it. Maybe not. Don't do that.
Okay.
The other thing to think about is if you are someone who really despises foreign languages and you hear all those foreigners talking around you in different languages and you don't want to be around them, well, I'm just going to say traveling the world probably is not for you.
Same thing with food. If you have to have the exact same foods all the time and you are just meat and potatoes American food person and that you just eat the same things all the time and you are not interested in trying anything new, might not be the life for you.
Unless you love McDonald's, and then you'll find that everywhere and you can have McDonald's the way you like it.
All right. Now, if you need a travel agent to book your stuff, this is not the lifestyle for you. But if you know how to do it and you are tech savvy and you can book your own things, then...
And get great prices.
Yeah, and if you're a bargain shopper on Booking Travel, then you are probably a full-time traveler candidate.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're that person who sits in the room and says, does anyone know a great travel agent? I really want to travel full time and I need them to book it all for me.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
That was the 70s,
The other
folks.
thing is, here's a way to tell. If you're also into the points game, and
Oh.
you're like, not only do I vacation, but I do it for free.
We
I
call
get
that
free
travel.
flights, free hotels. You should be a full-time traveler because
You
you're
know what you're doing.
gonna manage the budget well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You would be our best friend because we love people like that. I think, although lastly, if you really want to put into it, if you are somebody who loves freedom from your job, you may be still working, but you can work remotely. The only thing you have to have is Wi-Fi, or your freedom from all of the responsibilities of the rat race that you're in the middle of.
And you know, guys, there's ways to get that freedom. You just have to think outside the box and be motivated. We sold our house to get enough money to retire early,
Yeah.
and we have not regretted it once, and we never will, because quite frankly, we wouldn't have wanted to retire where we lived anyways.
That's right.
So if we ever decide we want to go back,
We'll go somewhere else.
and we'd probably be renters because we don't like the responsibility of home ownership.
Nope. We live
wanna
next to a
be
cruise
free.
port where we could get on a
Yeah.
cruise periodically and leave.
I mean, really, when you're a full-time traveler, freedom is the best benefit and often the goal.
Absolutely. And anytime you find something that's holding you down and you look at it and you regret it, you need freedom from that.
Yeah. So if you want to be free, full-time travel is a great way to do it. It costs a lot less than you could ever imagine. Don't listen to all those news articles on
You
the
must have $2
internet.
million to retire.
That's if you retire where you lived in New York City or Southern California.
Yeah.
Not if you travel full time and own nothing. You know, it's just so much cheaper than that. We don't have even a tiny fraction of that.
No.
And we're doing just fine because your money, you have to think about this, your money keeps appreciating. So if you're looking at your money and going, okay, I have this much. If I want to travel for 10 years, I'll divide that by 10. How much do I have? That's not how money works. If you have it invested properly, preferably probably with a professional,
Definitely.
then your money keeps growing. And you would be surprised. I mean, in 2.5 years of travel, we've barely touched the money that we started with.
Yeah.
Because it just kept growing. And of course you're going to have downtimes, but you're free. You're flexible. You can go to the cheaper area if the stock market's doing bad. You know, freedom is a great thing.
You can run from problems.
You
Now,
can.
I will say there is one more caveat that we didn't talk about. And that is, if you can handle being with your spouse all the time, then you should be a nomad, because that's what we are. We're together 24/7, and believe it or not, it is the best thing in the world.
And if you're not sure about that, I would highly recommend before you make major changes, take like a month-long vacation
She's
together.
not sure about that?
No, I am. But if you're not, take a tester month and do something hard that is out of your comfort zone, and make sure that you guys can still get along. Now, granted, the first month is going to be the hardest because you're adjusting. But this
I thought it
life
was easy.
really could be a make it or break it marriage thing, right?
So far, I think this is all easy. I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm just saying, if you normally don't spend hardly any time with your spouse, you might want to take a test drive before you put all your eggs in that 24/7 basket.
So, with that said, I'm glad to know I passed the test, I hope.
You passed the test, babe.
Yay!
I'm going to keep you.
Now get out there and taste some life for yourself.
Enjoy, guys.
Please subscribe to both of our channels, and in the descriptions below, you will find links to our social media. And you know what? Leave us a comment. Tell us what you like, and let us know what you'd like to see in the future.